Hey guys, Nick Espinoza, your Chief Security Fanatic here, and today we're actually talking about NATO, and this is absolutely just fascinating but somewhat terrifying. Now, NATO has a group called the Strategic Communications Center of Excellence. Now, this group is a research outfit designed to look at NATO from an analytical perspective, and they decided to run an experiment where they were going to red team soldiers that were attached to NATO. Now, if you're not familiar with red teaming, it basically in the cybersecurity, cyber warfare field means you're going on the offensive. You're going to try to break into their lives, break into institutions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, to see how they do. And this is beyond fascinating. And here's why. So over a 4-week period, the researchers developed fake pages, closed groups on Facebook that looked like they were part of a military exercise. And they also created profiles impersonating service members, both real and fake. Now, these service members that were targeted were told they were part of an exercise, but they had no idea that this was going on. And so to recruit these soldiers to the pages, they used targeted Facebook advertising, and then those pages promoted closed Facebook groups. Now, inside these groups, the researchers used the phony accounts basically to ask the real service members of NATO about their battalions, their work. They were also able to use these accounts to friend service members. And even according to this report, the Facebook suggested friends feature proved helpful in getting these additional targets. And so on top of this, the researchers, now that they have integrated themselves basically due to social engineering into these soldiers' lives, also tracked down service members on Instagram, on Twitter, and all of that, searched for other information online, some of which, I mean, obviously, a malicious hacker, a state-sponsored hacker, somebody against NATO, could take and use against them. Now, by the end of this exercise, they had caught basically and identified 150 NATO soldiers, found the locations of several different battalions, which is obviously classified information, were able to track troop movements based on the communication of these people, and then compelled, or I should say, they were even able to compel some service members into basically what they are calling, and I quote, undesirable behavior, including leaving their posts against orders. And I find this absolutely interesting. And the real kicker to the whole thing is that this entire operation cost, to basically run against these soldiers and get into their lives, this cost NATO $60. That's it, $60 in Facebook advertising, and the rest of it was legwork by the research team, just basically creating fake profiles and integrating themselves into this life. Now, the interesting part about this is that we kind of expect in the cybersecurity field, when we are talking to civilians, just the average person, the employee of some random corporation, we expect them to be fairly susceptible to phishing attacks. And in fact, most red teams are usually 100% successful when they are allowed to phish in social engineer in this manner, but troops are supposed to be trained very heavily to guard against information, specifically battalion locations, company makeups, troop movements, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they were very easily able to fake these people out with a little bit of camaraderie and a military-looking Facebook page. So take that for what it's worth, but that is a really terrifying but fascinating look into the human psyche, because no matter how hard you're trained, you still have that tribal feel to other members of your group, in this case, the military. And so take that for what it's worth. I mean, how easy would it be for a Russia or a China or an Iran or North Korea to hire somebody to do this at an expert level, and it would only cost them $60? So take that for what it's worth. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, guys.